Imagine staring at, like, a $90 million painting, right? You're admiring the bright blue water, that effortless California cool, and suddenly you realize the image is actually trying to expose a fundamental lie about how your eyes work.
Wow, yeah. And I mean, yesterday, June 11th, 2026, the art world lost the titan behind that exact painting. David Hockney passed away peacefully at 88.
He really was a titan. But when people hear his name, their minds usually jump straight to those iconic sun-drenched 1960s LA swimming pools.
Right, the leisure, the bright colors.
Exactly. But looking through the recent obituaries, the exhibition guides, and the art market essays we have in front of us, the story of his art goes so much deeper than just that. Okay, let's unpack this, because we aren't just remembering pretty pictures in this deep dive. We're examining how David Hockney completely hacked human perception.
To understand that hack, we really have to look at what he aggressively rejected, which is Renaissance single-point perspective.
Oh, that classic technique where, like, all the lines in a painting vanish into one single dot on the horizon.
Yes, exactly. Hockney hated that. He famously stated that relying on a vanishing point means, well, it means you've stopped.
Which, I mean, makes perfect sense when you think about it. Human eyes are constantly darting around.
Right, we never just stared dead ahead.
No, never. Single point perspective is honestly like looking through a rigid peephole. You just get one static, frozen slice of reality.
Yeah, and Hockney wanted his art to operate more like human memory and, stitching an environment together through these quick living glances.
And he actually translated that idea into his photography, right?
Yeah.
Those things he called joiners.
Yes, his joiners. Take his piece, Pure Blossom Highway. It's this massive collage of over 700 individual Polaroids all stitched together.
700? That's insane.
I know, right? By layering hundreds of slightly different angles and moments, he mimics how you actually experience space and time as you physically move through an environment.
That is so cool. Didn't he also do something with reverse perspective?
He did. He championed reverse perspective. That's where parallel lines in a painting actually widen as they recede into the distance, instead of narrowing.
Oh, wow. So instead of drawing the viewer's eye away to a distant horizon line, those widening lines force your brain to feel like you are physically inside the room.
Exactly, rather than just staring at a flat canvas on a wall.
Is this rejection of the people why his flat-colored LA pools feel so alive? Like Portrait of an Artist, which famously sold for, what, $90.3 million?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, Hockney demanded active visual participation. By physically altering how space is constructed, he turned landscapes from static backgrounds into dynamic bodily experiences.
So you don't just look at a Hockney, you inhabit it.
Spot on.
Yeah.
But if he fundamentally believed that capturing reality required hundreds of moving glances, he was left with this massive historical puzzle.
Right, like how did the Renaissance masters achieve such mathematically perfect, hyper-realistic portraits with just a naked eye?
Yes. And his answer to that sparked a massive controversy.
Oh, the art history scandal. In his 2001 book, Secret Knowledge, he completely scandalized historians, didn't he?
He really did. He suggested that revered old masters like Ingres secretly used optical devices.
Devices like what?
He pointed specifically to the camera lucida, which, oddly enough, isn't a camera at all. It's a prism mounted on a stick.
Okay, a prism on a stick. How does that work?
It reflects the subject directly onto the artist's paper, essentially allowing them to trace reality.
Basically implying the greatest artists in history trace. I mean, people were furious.
So they were outraged. But Hockney actually proved his theory by mastering the camera lucida himself to draw stunning portraits.
That's the ultimate flex. But wait, at the exact same time he was exploring 19th century prisms, he was eagerly adopting brand new technology.
Right, famously painting his massive The Arrival of Spring series entirely on an iPad.
Yeah, I have to push back here, though. Isn't it really ironic that the guy who fiercely criticized the camera's single static lens eagerly embraced a digital tablet? Like, why didn't he view digital art as cheating?
What's fascinating here is his core philosophy on technology. He firmly believed that tools don't draw for you.
So it still requires the human element.
Exactly. Whether you're looking through a prism from the 1800s or touching a 21st century screen, the artist still has to look, feel, and make the mark.
So why the iPad then?
The iPad was a revelation for him simply because it eliminated drying time.
Ah, so because there was no drying time, his fingers could move across the screen as fast as his eyes were darting around the landscape.
Yes. It wasn't about the tech doing the work, it was about the tech finally keeping up with the speed of human perception.
He could instantly capture the true evanescence of light without waiting for oil or watercolor to set.
The tablet just became an extension of his own nervous system.
That is just incredible. So what does this all mean for you listening at home? I think the next time you pull out your phone to snap a quick photo, remember Hockney's lesson?
Right. A single lens can never capture the true multidimensional way you actually experience a moment.
Because your brain is always moving, feeling, and synthesizing an environment. That single camera click is just a tiny fraction of the
A
trick,
very small fraction, yeah.
which leaves us with this provocative thought to chew on. If David Hockney radically reinvented how we perceive reality, using just hundreds of printed Polaroids and an iPad, how will the next generation of artists use spatial computing to completely rewrite the rules of human sight?